Hello, so this video is going to go over finding missing side lengths on a piecewise rectangle. So, before we jump into that, I want to make sure that something is very, very clear about regular rectangles. So right here I have a rectangle that has a length marked in blue that is 8, and it has a width marked in red that is 6. So, let me label those. This is length. I'm going to label it with a capital L, and this one is labeled width. And a special property about rectangles is that their opposite sides are equal. So, if this side here is 8, then the one across from it, or opposite of it, is also 8. And the same thing goes with these widths up here. We have a width of 6, and across from it will be equal and also be 6. Now I drew this on graph paper so you can see and count the units. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. One thing that might help would be to draw your rectangles on graph paper if you have it. If you don't, that's okay. We can still figure it out. But being able to count can actually help you verify and check your answer. So again, just to recap, in rectangles, opposite sides are equal. You can also think about this as the blue that I highlighted here is vertical, and the red that I highlighted here or here, doesn't matter, is horizontal. So I could say that the vertical sides are equal and the horizontal sides are equal. And the reason why that might help is because when we look at the broken piecewise rectangles, we'll see that that relationship also ends up being true. So let's try one. Let's figure out what's happening with this picture, with this diagram. What we have here is we have a piecewise rectangle, and I have a missing side. That missing side, I'm going to highlight in blue because it's vertical, like in our previous example. So the missing side is vertical. And so what that means is that the vertical opposite sides have to be equal. So I'm going to highlight all of my vertical sides. And what that means is that this 12 here must be equal to these two parts combined because they are opposite one another within this piecewise rectangle. So you can even see if I start down here and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, those two parts must add up to the one across from it or opposite of it. So how do I find that without counting? Well, if I'm looking for one of the shorter pieces, I would say 12, my longest side, that's vertical, and I would take away the one that I know, and that tells me what's left. And so that means my missing one must be equal to 7. Again, if I counted, because I did it on graph paper, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I checked my answer. I'm confident that that side is 7. Now I want to point out something. That doesn't help me answer this question, but I want to show you that this is true. The horizontal side here is 11. And if I look at the horizontal broken sides, 5 plus 6 equals 11. So this relationship holds true still that the opposite sides must be equal to one another. If the opposite side is broken, they must add up to match up to the opposite side. So let's try another one. On this piecewise rectangle, The missing side is on the bottom, right here. So I'm going to highlight that in red so that we know that our missing side is horizontal. Only horizontal sides will help me find horizontal sides. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to highlight my other horizontal sides. Now in this one, the one that's missing is the longest side of the three. So to find that longest side, these two pieces over here are broken up. So to get the total combined for the opposite, we actually have to take these and add them up. 4 plus 8 equals 12. So this missing side is equal to 12. If I were to count on the graph paper, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I can verify. Now remember that the graph paper will only work if it is, if you've drawn it to scale. Okay, so if you've drawn your picture to scale, that's the only way it will work. All right, so there's 2 examples. If you need more, please email me or message me and let me know. I hope this is helpful. Try and answer some questions and see if you get them right.